be a sponge, and then bring the juice.
By focusing on your improvement, by focusing on your progress, and eliminating any fixed mindset that you may have and acts of perfectionism, then you encourage your own mastery.
On some level, we do what we want to do 24 hours a day. Now, sometimes it may not seem like that, but if I'm choosing to work instead of sleep, what I'm actually saying is keeping my job is more important than sleeping.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of getting beat. What can I do to get over this hump? So mentally, that's when I kind of put that forefront, like, hey, it's either all or nothing.
I like to put failure in quotations because I don't believe that failure is true failure if you're looking at it with the right mindset.
The truth is, the journey to greatness is hard. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes focus, and every day you have to decide what you value, what you want to pursue, and what you want to achieve. And if you dig deep enough, if you push hard enough, we all have what it takes to be great. Welcome to the Edge of Greatness. Hello and welcome to the Daily Dose, where I will pick a topic every single day, dive into it a little bit, and break it down to give you an understanding of how I see greatness, how I attack greatness, and where I'm coming from when I start to look at some of these things. These are supposed to be little quick hitters, something you can listen to on your commute every day. It's just another way for me to connect and start to implement some of the learnings that I've had over the last couple of years and how I'm using those things to attack my day. Hopefully these become something that kind of give you a little boost to start the morning, and that's kind of the idea, to give you something to think about, to give you something to act upon and move in the right direction each and every day, so we're getting just a little bit better. So the first episode for today, one of the things I was really curious about and interested with is I love sports. I really do. And this weekend, New Year's Eve, there were two just incredible championship quality semifinal games for the playoffs. But at the end of it, what I started to realize is the difference between winning and losing in a game like that, when you get to that high a level, is super small. There are 1,000 little tiny things that add up to make the difference in that game. And with those two games, the matchups were incredible because they were evenly matched. There was no clear-cut better team. And when you have that situation occur, it comes down to the wire and small stuff adds up. The really hard part about that is at the end of a game, we start to blame refs, or we start to blame single players for mistakes because we see that mistake last having more weight. But the truth is that every single tiny little thing throughout that game makes a difference. But the reason I bring that up isn't because of the sports situation, but because as we attack greatness, as we go after things in our life, the details matter. The little things that we choose to do or not to do are ultimately going to be the difference in our success or our failure. And the higher up we get and the more success we seek and the greater we become, the smaller that window is, and the more likely that a small mistake makes a bigger impact. It's just like in a game. As we get closer to the end, the mistakes seem to carry more weight. But it's not that they actually do, it's just that that moment's bigger, so it feels like they do. And so as you start into this new year, remember the details matter. So when you look at your goals and you look at what you're trying to accomplish, start to track the tiny details. Start to pay attention to the little things and the little wins. Don't try to knock everything out today. Don't try to knock everything out this week. Set up a plan of tiny wins and be consistent with those wins. If you can do that, you'll find yourself at the end of the year in the championship game. It's really about focusing specific to the tasks that you need to attack, that you need to win. And I think that was one of the big takeaways for me watching those games this weekend is those teams are so evenly talented that when you look back and you check out the overall game at the end of it and you break it down, the team that won made one less mistake. The team that won executed one more time. And it doesn't take a lot when you get to that point to blow it, to lose it. You know, Ohio State had plenty of opportunities to win that game. A lot of people are blaming the no call at the back of the end zone for the targeting. A lot of people are blaming Ruggles for the missed field goal. A lot of people are blaming Ryan Day for the play calls at the end. Same within the Michigan game. A lot of people are blaming the no call targeting that could have given them, but they still would have had to score. How about this? The defense makes one more stop, they win. You know, we have a bunch of things that add up to make a difference. One adjustment, one win, one tackle, one completed pass, one big run, one missed field goal. It's always one. But the combination of ones add up to make something really big. So that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow. As always, guys, keep reaching for the stars. Fall flat on your face. Remember, whenever we fall, always get up. Thank you for joining us today on the Edge of Greatness podcast. If you haven't yet, please take a minute now to subscribe and review our show. Join us again next week as we continue to dig deeper into the key components of greatness. The path to greatness is never linear, so remember to keep pursuing greatness no matter what. Keep stretching your abilities, reach for the stars, and fall flat on your face. But remember, no matter what happens, whenever we fall, always get up. Until next time, I'm Charles Schultz, and this was the Edge of Greatness podcast.